Are you ego driven or spirit led? Let's talk about it next on the Given a Purpose podcast. Welcome to the Given a Purpose podcast, where we bridge the highs, the lows, the lessons learned through life's journey and filling in the gap. You already know what it is. New week, fresh episode. I'm your host, as always, Mr. LA. And thank you guys for always tuning in. Thank you guys that share. Listen, subscribe, man. Tell somebody that you like the podcast, because you know you like it. Send it to somebody, share it as much as you can. We're talking good stuff here. So, as you may have heard in the lead in, are you ego driven or are you spirit led? I'm gonna let y'all marinate on that real quick, right? All right. So here's the truth. If your confidence depends on an applause, it's not confidence. It's your ego. The ego always wants validation. Your spirit, the inside, right, wants purpose. And today we're learning how to lead with our spirit and not with the pressure. Whew. All right. So ego driven is, for example, is usually, how do I look? Right? Spirit driven is, who am I becoming? All right. Another example, ego will make you perform. Spirit will keep you in alignment. Ego creates an anxiety, but spirit produces peace. Listen, you know what I've talked about plenty of times on here is peace, right? We always want to make sure we protect our peace. So if the ego is creating an anxiety and our spirit produces peace, make sure that we are in alignment, right? With the spirit. And I know some of y'all trying to figure out where are we going with this. Yeah, be spirit led. Do you ask God for little things? Do you attach him to every part of your life? Do you ask him, hey, what should I wear today? Do you ask him, what should I do for my assignment for today? How should I show up for work? Give me what to say. If I have to say something important, Lord, give me the words to say it. Am I in alignment for your purpose for me, for whatever I'm doing? Or do I want to shine? Because sometimes your ego can get you into stuff that you're out of alignment with. And then that's where the anxiety comes in, and that's where the pressure comes about, right? Here's a couple of things to help you realize that if you're out of alignment and you're not on track, right? You're feeling tired all the time because you're not fulfilled. Listen, I'm pointing at me. For those of you just listening, I got my hand up and I'm pointing at myself. Sometimes I feel tired. Sometimes doing something that I think that I'm doing, but I'm not fulfilled afterwards. I've fallen into that. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Another thing is I compare myself sometimes. I know it's not good. Y'all, I know I'm not perfect, but as y'all see, I'm trying to bridge the gap too. I'm a work in progress, but I'm accepting the new process. I've done it before. I've compared myself, right? I've had imposter syndrome with things. Yeah. You can't sit still about something and you feel guilty for resting. These are signs right? You need to do more. They're signs you need to reconnect or get back into alignment, right? You need to learn how to build confidence. You need to create consistency. You need to be committed, and you need to create that momentum, right? And it's always good and it feels better because one thing I know for sure that I've always prayed for, that I pray for others for when I'm telling them they need to be led and when they need to get into alignment. I know this for sure because I know He's done it for me. God will always give you grace for your assignment. Even when you're physically tired, He will give you grace for your assignment. Now, confidence is key. Being confident is different than working in your ego. Being confident about something, being assured of something, walking boldly, talking boldly in a way is not ego. So I need everybody to understand that there's a difference. There's a difference between being confident and cocky. There's a difference between being confident and being ego led, right? And sometimes it's cool to have a quiet confidence. You don't need to be loud to be powerful. Think about that. You don't need to be loud to be powerful. You don't need to prove to be purposeful. Real confidence is quiet because it's rooted. When you have a good foundation, when it's rooted, right? You don't need to shout. Your confidence just shows up. All right. And here are some things that I want you guys to try that I'm adapting to my everyday routine, right? Start your day in some silence. Listen, I've been many a times waking up and going straight to social media. So many times I wake up and I just go. Start your day in some silence. Just sit there, be quiet, breathe, right? I realize sometimes even with that, I wake up with another sense of calmness. And you know the crazy thing about it is I don't take that for granted. I actually thank God for being able to breathe. I thank Him for my sight. I thank Him for touch, taste, things that we take for granted. I'm thanking for, right? Journal. When you wake up in the morning after you sit there, meditate for a few minutes, journal. What am I doing today? If you don't have a why, right? Don't chase the what. Figure out why am I doing what I'm doing today? And when you figure out that why, you don't have to chase the what. Stop chasing the what. Find your why. You relieve some of these pressures of life when you stop changing the what and you start aligning with your why. Detach from outcomes. Make sure that you're falling in love with the process. Be guided by vision, not driven by pressure. If you ask God, He'll give you the vision. He'll show you. And that's why you journal. You make it plain. And then others will run with it. He'll send you help, right? Affirm. Remember, affirm yourself. You are enough. Man, that has been on my spirit heavy right now. So I have these things on my phone, right? On my phone at 6 a.m., at noon, and at 6 p.m. There's an alarm that goes off for me to remind myself to do some more I am affirmations, right? And the main thing that I'm saying right now that's in my spirit that I lacked is I am enough. God gave me the tools. I am enough. Sometimes when I don't feel I'm prepared or feel like I have everything that I need, I had to sit down and realize I am enough. I can do this. I am enough. I am guided. I am aligned. If you got to, send yourself some reminders to tell yourself I am enough. To do some I am affirmations. Please, people, protect your peace like it's your purpose, because it is. I mean, there's so many distractions. There are distractions from the job, from family members, from friends, from associates, neighbors, anything, people in traffic, right? Protect your peace. Because I promise you, if you start doing the things that we just talked about, you'll be calm in the morning. And you'll once you realize that you are in an alignment, you don't have to worry about these other things. So now it doesn't upset you, if that makes sense, right? Um, Understand that being in alignment, the spirit, when you're spirit led, it will bring you that peace that only God can give. All right. Here's a couple of things I want to leave you with. You are not here to impress anybody. If there is someone that you want to impress yourself. Give 100% and say, you know what? I did what what I was assigned to do. I did things going towards my why. And what I love about it, when you are working in your why, the impact is so much greater. Start working in your why and see how you impact people. And when you realize that you have impacted people in a positive and a great way, I guarantee you they'll never forget it. They'll see you 10, 20 years down the line, and they'll remember the impact that you had towards them. Even when you didn't think you were creating an impact, but because you were in alignment and because you were working towards your why, you are going to be impactful. So today, what I want you to do, I just want you to breathe. Realign yourself. Be spirit led. Because a life led by ego will always feel exhausting. But a life by purpose, that's real peace. Listen, I hope this blessed somebody real good. I'm talking about real good. How it blessed me. It's amazing how your life will change and how you will impact others once you understand that you are out of alignment. Realign yourself, breathe. It's okay. I can start over. I can get reconnected. And life is going to get so much better. Listen, I need you guys to do 2 things for me. You know the things I always ask you to do. Make sure you live on purpose and make sure you live in purpose. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.